Hi everyone. Today we are going to start our new series around ReactJs. We have done coding practices and many examples with JavaScript series. So it's time to go to something advanced thing. So ReactJs. I have prepared a plan for you so these are all the four questions we will try to get answer about. First one is what is ReactJs? Let me expand the font size at least a bit few. So the first question is what is ReactJs? ReactJs is a front-end JavaScript UI library. It is lightweight and used to create single-page dynamic web pages. Second question, why choose ReactJs while there is many solutions available? So the thing is, it has direct competition with AngularJS and Vue.js. Vue.js is a bit younger when you compare to ReactJs, but Angular is a bit old, and Angular is a full framework where you can handle front end, back end both, and it takes more size than ReactJs. The main thing why we choose ReactJs is it is lightweight, the learning curve is small, and there is not too much advanced techniques or coding experience you need. You can start and then you can achieve the results. What are its features? Its features are it has a different technique than other UI scripting language. The main concept behind ReactJs, which allows you or provide you features, is like the virtual DOM. Virtual DOM is nothing special, but it is a copy of real DOM. DOM means the HTML markup language, hypertext markup language create the DOM in the browser that actually gets copy inside a virtual DOM into memory. What happens whenever you are changing anything inside your code, that will change the only that element. For example, this is your ReactJS application page. Internally, when a variable data changes, this react to, for example, Amit, directly without reloading the page, you will see the name here. So what I am trying to showcase you is the dynamic feature of data reloading, and it is also lightweight. It has few concepts like state props, and there is function based components, class based components. It's we can say the lifecycle methods are there. So those are actually its feature which provide or makes it much faster than its competition. Setup, okay, we will create a new set, I will here create a new setup for you. It is really easy. I have created an empty folder. I can showcase you here. JavaScript, the name, it's empty. I opened it here. Here is the terminal. You can see the location JavaScript. First, you will need to check the version of Node.js. I have version 18. It's different based on different operating systems. You will have different. So mine having Node, mine version is 18. npm version. Sorry, no, it's npm. It's 10.0.7. You can have a different if these commands give you the command like Node.js is undefined, npm undefined, then you can directly go to their official website on Google. Node.js npm you don't need to install. When you will install Node.js, by default npm will come bundled. So you will have to install Node.js first. It's not like something really required, but you should have Node.js to make everything works properly. So now there is another tool, npx. It actually comes inbuilt with your Node.js. You don't need to install it separately. You need to do npx. Then there is a command, create react app space your folder name, ReactJS application, or we can say react app. Okay, we are creating a folder, so we should not use a capital case okay. So npx create react app. I am going to press the enter key, and you will see there will some command will happen. Okay, it is processing. It will do everything for you. It will create a boilerplate app here for you. You can see it is starting with packages and everything. I will describe them to you later. In terms of here, there is some lifecycle methods, which is first step is initialization. Pardon me if I do spelling mistakes. Then component did mount, then component named will update. Fourth one is component will, okay, there is one more, component will update, component did update, and component will unmount. So these are the actually life cycle of ReactJs application page. Life cycle. This is actually the life cycle of ReactJs. Okay, we'll get back to it later. Okay, yeah, it is doing initialization. Setup. So it done the setup. So you can see here node modules. We will discuss each of them one by one. So I started this one. So let me complete this first. Life cycle means how the page of ReactJs, or you can say the application or the browser, the current screen which is visible, what kind of steps it actually goes through. So initialization, where data get updates, component did mount. This you only look at these names only right now, because in later lectures when we will be doing live coding practices, then I will describe you more, so it will be directly understandable. Otherwise, if I define or discuss them right now, you will forget about them. So let's get back to the application setup. Now you see, we just did our run our command. It do everything for us. It download packages, it set up the scripts. You see 261 packages are there. Here are some commands you should have know. npm start, it will start your application. npm start or npm run start, whatever. npm run build will create a build of your this project. This build used to deploy the site on production servers. Third one is npm test. So whatever the files are there with text extension into your code, by default ReactJs using jest for testing. If you want to use any other like Cypress or other tools also available in the market, you can use them, there is no issue. But jest is coming inbuilt with the ReactJs application when we set up it with this command. There is multiple ways to set up ReactJs, but this is the easiest and most optimized one. Fourth one is npm run inject. I will showcase you where this command exists. So it will this is defined here. Remove this tool and copies build dependencies, configuration files and scripts into the app directory. If you do this, you can't go back. So once you do this, you will not be able to make any change. It's the final, and I assume you don't need to run this. So let's get into our app change directory. You can see we are on JavaScript level, but we need to go into our application. Okay, enter. You are inside your project. You can see these files exist here, so we are here. Let's discuss package.json. It actually hold the name which we give while creating the application. Here the name, here version, here you can update them when you are updating or deploying different changes. It's not required, but you can do this. These dependencies are required because they get installed with the basic setup. Okay, so they are required, don't change them, but you can, whenever you will run a command like npm add, for example, any graph library, any chart library, any form library, they will just get here with their versions which are getting installed based on the Node.js or system version. Okay, here come the commands which we discussed just before. These commands, run start, run build start. So these are here. This script which are here, they executes, for example, like this way: npm run start, or you can start build, or whatever the command defined into this script section will get run like this way: npm run and then the command name, npm run, then the command name, whatever is here. You can define your own custom commands here, there is no issue with that one. And there is ESLint configs extends this library, production browser list, leave them, we will leave them for now. Here inside node modules you will see all the dependencies. You will say like there is only 7, but we can see lots of folder here. So they are because these dependencies also have dependency on other modules also. That's why they will download everything which is dependent or they are dependent on. Let's come to second folder, public folder. This will hold the public facing files, which doesn't require any kind of abstraction from the project. Third one is the source folder. Here this is the main folder where you will write your components. Like you can do anything here, like based on your interest, but I will say you should create a folder structure. Like for example, there could be a common folder which can have common logics which are getting reused around everything. You can create a component folder where you can create your, for example, there is an input field which is getting used on around 10 20, like 10 20 30 40 forms. Then here you can create that common design, and from a single place you can control the behavior of input field. So there you can create a folder like that. Let me create, for example, component. Okay, so inside that you can create a component with different syntax like .js, .ts or .jsx. What is different? .js and .jsx have nothing. It's just the JS is the JavaScript and JSX is JavaScript XML format. So the format on the file will remain same, but that is like the compiler should at least know, like it needs to compile the file, because the browser cannot read the JavaScript. Hence we have Babel there, which will transpile the files format to the machine level code, because this is high level programming and it needs to be converted to machine level. Then I describe you why should you have a okay, I did a typo. Okay, should be spelled right. There you can do one more folder like common. Okay, you can also create okay, you can also create a folder like API, where you can write your Axios, fetch, get, post, those kind of, because there may be, if the application is going to be live, there must be a lot of APIs. So the code should be what I can say, you should manage the code hierarchy in a proper way. So any developer when gets on board, or you are working or architect level, whatever we are doing, the code should be easily understandable. So that's about this one. Main file for now is app.js, the component. Okay, let's start the application with running npm run start. It will create a server on localhost 3000. Let's see what it do. Starting the page automatically loading. I did nothing. Let's get back to coding. Starting the development server. Once it succeeds, it will show you something like this. Okay, go to browser. It says if you want to change something here, edit this file. So as I described you earlier, if you change anything on the file, it will by default reload here. You don't need to click the refresh button. Let's do this. Like for example, here you can see it says edit. So we will use our channel name called and create with Amit. I saved it. I did nothing. Let's get back to browser. Is it changed? Yeah. So that's what I was trying to describe you. Like it is lightning fast. In microseconds, the virtual DOM compares the element as compared to real DOM, and it just reloads it directly. So right, it is for like I need to describe you, like it is a function based component. There is a SVG logo which is imported, and here we will discuss about these things. It will take some time to understand, because whenever we start with new programming language, it looks like a complex, or because we are not familiar with these things. So as soon, like as quick as our playlist grow with ReactJs, you will be able to understand what's going behind the scene and what these things are. So the main motto of this video lecture was to understand what is ReactJs, why choose it over other solutions, what are its features. As we discussed, it is lightning fast, lightweight, and the virtual DOM provides is much powerful. Fourth one is setup. So we did setup. Please I will say, like, please set up it. If your system doesn't have Node.js, please install it. It will not going to take too much time. It's easy. Install Node.js, then install ReactJs, and the next lecture will I will drop you with more detailed description on next topics. So we will try, like I will try to teach you as much as I can and as low as I can, because as basic we will discuss, the concept will become understandable. So I think that's it for this video. See you in the next video, and this is the first video in the installment of ReactJS learning series. So yeah. Do practice, prepare notes. See you all in the next video. Thank you.